You talk about sex to your children first before they learn it outside. Hello and welcome to True Perspective. Today I have with me my sister, my friend, my partner in many, many things. I've been trying to bring her on this show, but thank God today she's here and it's going to be an exciting time with her. Her name is Aramide Ogunleye. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm delighted to be here. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you for coming. Today, we are talking about a lot of things because Aramide is a lot of things. Well, we have a focus. Aramide is a finance person. Please, just tell us about yourself.
Yes, I'm an independent financial advisor. I have a home daycare that I run. I also do pastries by the side. Yes, have to do a lot of things here in Canada. But these are things I love to do. These are things that I'm passionate about. Yeah.
And in your passion, she's making money. In passion, she's making money. She's passionate about finance. She's making money. She's passionate about pastries. She's making money. She's passionate about caring for people and she's making money. Everywhere money is coming. We thank God for that. We thank God. Madam Aramide, as some of our people call you, tell us about your work as your ministry. I won't call it, I'll call it a ministry because you have a ministry. It's called Goodnews Club. Is a club for young children. Please tell us about that and the transitions that you have made to other areas along that line.
Thank you so much, Joy. So Goodnews Club started from Nigeria, actually. I enrolled in a course where I have to teach children. So it's called Teaching Children Effectively. And I was instructed by Child Evangelism Fellowship. So it was a call at the church for children teachers. And when I enrolled, my goal was just to teach my children, but I discovered soon enough that it was bigger than that. The ministry is bigger than just you teaching your kids. So I finished the course and signed up to teach at the kids ministry, the kids church, right from Nigeria. And everywhere we go, I always make sure that, of course, I teach the kids because I had a lot of training to do that. And one of the things we were encouraged to do was to open Bible clubs in the neighborhood, which is called Goodnews Club. So I had one where I used to live in Port Harcourt before we moved to Lagos. So I've always had Goodnews clubs. So when I got to Canada, I thought, wow, here you don't have to, there are no children that I have to knock on the adults to call on to start Goodnews Club. So I thought it was something I was going to be relieved of. But I was wrong because God had greater plans, and He reminded me that the ministry is bigger than that. It's bigger than just my kids. It's bigger than the kids in Nigeria. Even here again, children need to hear the message of Christ. And I started with my children. I always start with my kids and my nephew and niece, my brother's kids. And we started, and it grew from 5. It grew to 10. Then COVID happened and we had to transition to online. Ideally, Goodnews Club is for children in the neighborhood. You meet physically to teach kids, but we had to transition to online, and that was such a huge blessing because we were not limited. We were not limited by location anymore. We were connecting with children from all over Canada. So I had kids, of course, we started in Calgary. I had kids in Sudbury, where I moved to. I had kids from Manitoba, from Saskatchewan. I even had kids from Nigeria and the UK.
And
So
different time zones.
different time zones. So we had to just make it work somehow. And from Good News Club, we see that the children were getting older. They needed this continuity. And Good News Club, gave birth to JYC, Junior Youth Talent. Good News Club is, we call it, GNT for short. And JYC, which is the teens arm, also started. We started from my home. I wanted it to be a physical meeting with the youth in Sudbury. And now we have an online JYC where the kids in other provinces could also have their own time as well. Yeah, so it's amazing. And not only that, we now have good boot camp that we hold here in Sudbury just to prepare the kids spiritually, mentally, physically for the upcoming school year. So it's amazing. God is doing mighty work, and we can't wait to see, what is yet to bring.
So how long has boot camp been?
Here in Sudbury, we are going to have the 4th edition this year.
Wow.
2025. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's good.
Yeah.
I know that having a program, running a program consistently every year is not easy. How are you able to get people to, because I know you're not just the one, it's not only you.
No.
So how are you able to get people, parents, volunteers, and people to help to help with this vision?
Thank you. That's a great question. There is a saying or a quote that people know me for. Once I say Good News Club and I say I want to give a quote, they already know. God's work done in God's way will never lack God's supply. The first time I heard the quote, I've been running with that quote because indeed I've seen God work in amazing ways. When I started, of course, it was just me, my husband, and a few of my friends. But I knew that the ministry, the vision, is bigger than just us. We needed more people. We needed resources. And amazingly, God has brought a lot of folks my way, from him saying, talk to this person, to him just bringing someone else. Maybe parents whose kids have attended, the boot camp. They see how it's run and they're like, how can I help? How can I fit in? So God has really been bringing volunteers. These people are doing it for free. There's one who came up with a theme song last year and is doing the same this year. So God is bringing people our way, is expanding the vision, is bringing laborers, and it's just beautiful. And the church, that I fellowship in or that we go to as a family, is also a big, also offers a tremendous support in that they open their space. We're not paying for space. And they also do all the printing. They also help with organization, with admin. It is beautiful. And even publicity as well. So it is, they put that on their weekly, emails to members, reminding them of bootcamp. And we also do, they help us with flyers so we can print and send to children in the city. I'm just really amazed at what God is doing. And the best is yet to come.
Yeah.
We can't wait for the unfolding of the greater works that's
so about what are we looking for to 2025 boot camp?
2025 is going to be a lot of kids. A lot of families have moved to Sudbury. And every year we keep seeing growth. The first year, I think we had 60. You were a part of it. The second year, it was like 120. Yeah. The third year, like 150. So this year, we're looking at 200, at least. And of course, we have our theme song. We're going to have a theme song. My friend already sent that to me. He's working on it. We're going to have games. We started with games like physical activity last year, outdoor games. And the kids loved it. We are going to do more of that because one child accused me, said, I didn't really participate in these plenty games that you promised. So this year we're going to give time, to games. We are going to have maybe, what other stuff? Of course, we have songs, worship. Praise and worship is going to be more engaging, in depth. Like kids need to worship God. Not just play music, they need to sing and raise their hands, in surrender to the Lord Jesus. It's going to be the word, of course. The theme for this year is make room for Jesus. make room for Jesus. It is going to be amazing. It is a lot more. There is food, there is snacks, there is all sorts. Just send your kids and you will never regret it.
Wow, you have heard from Aramide herself. I've been involved in boot camp since inception, and my kids have loved it, every bit of it, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this year's zone. In fact, I'm really looking forward to it.
And the amazing thing with boot camp is when new kids come in, they make the church their home church. You know, they stay.
Yes.
You know, especially people who are still looking for a place to worship. They stay at the church that we use. So it's actually even bringing growth to the church. And boot camp is always the last weekend before school resumes. So this year is going to be August 30th, 2025, and it starts at 10 a.m. So it's 10 to 3 p.m. 5 hours of impact. Of impact.
That is true. 5 hours. I must say, church is doing a good job, and the space with Glad Tidings Church, we must say, the space is beautiful. We are so thankful to Glad Tidings for giving us the space to do boot camp.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much. I just wanted you to talk about boot camp, because there is no way we will leave this place without talking about boot camp. And JYC and Goodnews. We are doing a lot, and we are hearing testimonies, and we know that the testimonies will keep coming.
Yes.
And they will keep growing, and then they will go into their world and reach out to their world as well.
Yes.
Wow, great. Madam, sister, finance somebody. We will still come back to, there's an aspect that I'm really looking at us focusing. But tell us a little bit about your finance, background. You have, you do finance work, not just personally, but so tell us about.
So I studied accounting for my first degree, and I've always loved anything maths and money. So doing accounting was a no-brainer. I already knew what I wanted to do. I already see myself as an accountant. Funny enough, I never worked as an accountant one day. So coming to Canada, when the offer to do insurance opened up, I embraced it, because it's still in the line of finance for me. What I find is that people make money. People know how to make money, but they don't know how to keep the money, how to save it. And that's where I come in. How do you save money? How do you keep it for when you need it? So we look at insurance, we look at investment, we look at, you buying a home, you just, using this money for what is most important to you. So for insurance, what if life is short? No one prays to die early, but these things do happen. What happens to your beneficiaries? What happens to the people who depend on that income? And what if life is long? What if you grow old, or you outlive your savings? What happens? So that's where we encourage people to have retirement plans. Have something to fall back on when you retire. Your children are not your retirement plan. Of course, if you train your children well, they will definitely take care of you. But don't depend solely on them to do that, because they have their own lives to live as well. So that's why we say, once you start earning an income, set something aside, for your future. Set something aside for your children's education. Set something aside, for your overall well-being. If you don't save money and make interest, you are going to borrow and pay interest. And that's why we sensitize people. I personally, sensitize people and encourage people, to do the needful now, to save now, because you're going to earn interest, and it depends, on time. So if you wait, you are wasting time for that money to grow. So save now so that you grow that money, and eventually it becomes, it grows exponentially, and you have something to fall back on. Even for contingencies, for emergencies, have money saved so that you don't keep borrowing, or you don't keep running around looking for looking for a way out. When you start earning, no matter how small it is, the mentality, or the what's it called now? I forgot the word that we have, is that you have to have enough to save. No, that is the mindset of most people, and that is where that's the ignorance But now I'm educating us now to start small and ramp up and make it bigger. But you need to start anyway.
You say start small, start anyway. Here, the bills are plenty.
Yes.
There's so much to pay for. You have your house, your rent, or phone bills. The kids. The bills are.
Sure.
So how can someone? I know we have to say, but how is it possible that in so many things that you need to pay, so many bills that you need to attend to, and with little income, how can one save?
Okay, good question. So make that a bill. Your savings. Don't see it as a savings. See it as one of the bills that you pay. The same way you pay rent, religiously, you have to pay rent. The same way you religiously save. The money is not enough, yet you are paying rent. You never miss rent because you don't want to be kicked out. You don't want to be embarrassed. The same way, because nobody is pushing us to save. Nobody is coming to knock on your door to say, have you saved? So we don't see it as a bill. Make that a bill. See it as a bill that you have to pay as well. The way you are paying for your heating, for hydro, make that your retirement plan a bill. That is one. Then you have to have other sources of income. So if one source is not enough, there are other sources of income. Like when she introduced me, said, I do this, I do that. It's true. Have multiple sources of income. Look at so you already have something you're doing. Look at what else you're passionate about and make it, translate it into something that would generate income for you. I can, if you come to me, I can tell you about, how you can be an insurance advisor and make money from that as well. Yes.
Wow. Okay. Many streams of income. Even before we left Nigeria, people have been saying have multiple streams of income, which is good. So advice today, have other things that you are doing apart from your regular 9 to 5 or whatever you do, because you need to save, you need to have money for, emergencies and all that, and it's very, very important. Wow, thank you so much. We didn't pay you for that
free consultation. But it's fine. I'm always happy to share.
Yes, because it's important that on every episode we have something to teach you, so you don't go, you're not watching and you're like, what are these people talking about? There's always something to learn from, especially as immigrants, because you can't travel several miles and come here and just you know what you would do if you are back home. So why would you not do same here? Well, thank you so much for that. So to the main topic of today, parenting.
Okay.
Parenting, that's one of the things that we talk about a lot, because we see there's a lot is happening. But let's start from the parent angle, not even from the kids. As parents, what are the things that we need to know? What are the things that this is a very broad question, but I know you'll be able to just pick one area and talk about it. What are the things that we need to learn, unlearn, and relearn? Because that's always my watchword on this program. What, as immigrant parents, not just mother, both parents, mother and fathers, what are the things that we need to, we know that our parents trained us, yes, but we are in a different climate and a lot of things changes. What are some of these things that we should give attention to for us to raise, better kids for the future and all that? Just,
Thank you for that. There's a lot to learn as parents in this generation. I joined the parenting academy, and my coach, Coach Wendy Oluge, shout out to Coach Wendy. He said, if your parenting is not changing you, you are probably not parenting well. If you are not inconvenienced in the course of parenting, you are probably not doing it well. You can't be a parent and not sacrifice. You sacrifice a lot of things. Some things you want to do, but you can't do because You have children that are watching you. You have children that depend on you. So, what do we learn? We learn the system, especially immigrants, Nigerians that moved here, Africans that moved here, or any immigrants that moved to Canada. You have to learn the system in this new place, in this new climate. Our kids are young, so they are being soaked into the system, immediately. They're changing, their tongue has changed, the way they speak, their language. They have new kind of friends. They are in a new setting. School is different. Food is different. Clothing is different. So you have to learn, the system. For example, you come here, you have this type of clothes. If from Nigeria, this is our everyday clothing, but you can't wear such here because of the weather. So you learn what is appropriate for each time here. What do we relearn? So we relearn, things that we've known before. We have to remind ourselves again, why am I here? Why did I come to Canada? So many people say we come to Canada for our kids, we come to Canada for our children, but they come here and they actually neglect the children that they came here for. They get soaked up in works, get soaked up in maybe their businesses or the system generally. We are trying to adapt and leaving the children behind. So we need to remind ourselves of why we are here. What do we unlearn? Old ways of doing things. My parents used to do this. How has it worked for you? Whatever it is that has not worked for you in the past or did not work for your parents, and you are still bringing it into the new parenting ways, into this new age that we are, this generation, is not working. So let's just drop it. Things like we need to yell, or we need to beat, or we need to say my own way. It has to be my own way. We need to reason with our children. Our children are highly intelligent. They are very smart. Technology is nothing to them, but we are just learning these new things. We need to really sit down and unlearn the things that did not work for us and learn what is working, what works. Look at our child. Your child is different, is unique. Like every children, you don't compare them with every children. Look at the child you are parenting and work according to what you want that child to become, not what somebody else has become. Parent the child that you have, not someone else's child. That is what I would say. Yes, parenting is different, and we need to get in line with how it's done. There are so many things that the kids are struggling with these days, and we need to be there for them. Let us have that what's it called? I forgot that one again. Be the first person to introduce them to things. Don't now come and start correcting whatever it is that they have learned. They said the right of first mention. First mention. You have that first mention. Sex. You talk about sex to your children first before they learn it outside. Because whatever it is they learn, when they come back and start, you don't want to start correcting or start changing their minds. You have already lost that.
Sorry to cut you. Let me butt in there before you go on. You just mentioned, our culture, we don't talk about it. It is not something that we are used to. The African setting, those are things that you don't mention. And then we come here, it's everywhere. So how do we introduce that to the children?
Yeah, thank you. We don't talk about it because we don't know about it. So before you even talk about give your child education, you need to be educated first. You need to understand what you will be saying, and there is education for each age. The different ages of your children. So the one you will teach your 2-year-old is different from the one you will talk to your 5-year-old about, is different from the one you will talk to your 10-year-old and the teenagers. So you need to get the education first. Understand what it is you need to share. Maybe for a 2-year-old, you need to even talk to them about their bodies. Tell them the right name for their body parts. Then the 5-year-olds, these children are smarter than we think, and I'm sure you already know that. They hear something, they come to the house to want to hear from you or have you explain to them. That is not the time to shut them up and say, where did you hear it from? Keep
Yes.
quiet. You are too small. What do you know about this? No, you don't want to do that. You want to get education first so that when they ask you, you are not shocked. And it's okay to say, I don't know. It's actually okay to say, I don't know. I would find out, than you shutting them up and say, I don't want to hear that from you again. Never mention it again. That is a big mistake, because someone somewhere is mentioning that. They're talking about it in their schools. They're talking about it on the school bus. They're talking about it even in church. You'll be shocked. They're talking about it in church, in the mosque, anywhere they have kids around. Because remember, they are mixing with other children, and you don't know where other children, where they get this information from. Maybe in their homes, they watch pornography. In their homes, they watch movies that are not appropriate for their age. They see magazines, they listen to music. Some kids are exposed way early, and they bring it to school and they share those information that they know. The wrong, of course, they share the wrong things because they don't know the right one. So when your kids hear this, they come to the house and they ask you, please listen to them and give them the right thing. But I would say, before they even come to you to ask questions, sit them down and sex educate your child.
This woman is loaded. Let's just leave it like that way, because there's so much that if we continue, we cannot finish today. There's so much. You know, you there are things that we parents. Okay, let me say, for example, you said sex educate your child and all that. What if a child already knows this? Or maybe what if your child has been, is found, doing something that they should not do? How can a parent retrain or train that child or talk to that child? Or how can the parents recover from, because sometimes some parents go through some of these problems and they're like, I didn't know my child could do this, or my child could say that, and they start building defense and they're like, there's some type of way. How can a parent recover from that and turn the table around?
Thank you for that question. The first thing I would say is for you to get an education. You educate yourself. You're a parent, so at least you know a bit about sex and the education that comes with it. When your children come, don't show shock. Don't say, where did you hear it from? No, you don't want to send them away. You don't want them to think that, oh, maybe this is bad. It is not bad. Your children are inquisitive. They are smart. They want to ask questions. They have a million questions that they have. So if your child comes to you with this or is already involved with this, it's still not too late. You can ask, what it is that they know. What is it that they know? Let them start telling you. But you need to build trust first. You need to build a connection. A child that you are not connected with, there's no way you would really hear from that child, because they will feel like you're not ready to listen to them. You are too busy for them, or you don't even know. So you need to build a connection, connect with your child, let them know that you're always there to listen to them, share good moments together, give them quality time, take a walk together. When they come back from school, don't just say, how was school? Fine. No, ask them questions that is not just a yes or no answer. What did you do in school today? What was how was your lunch? What did you do during lunch? Answers that they will keep talking, and from there you will know other questions. So, oh, you said your friend was crying today. Do you want to tell me about it? And from there you spark up a conversation with them. Sex education is not just today we are discussing sex education. No, conversations evolve into that. So you will be intentional, you will be deliberate with the way you ask your questions. And for those ones that are already soaked in, maybe has watched porn or it's too, not really, you need to seek out a counselor. Sometimes some things that you do and you feel like it's not enough, the child is still not getting it. You need to seek out help from people that are already good at this, or from people who know exactly what to do. And yes, so it's not a lost cause. Don't be alarmed and don't think, oh, my life is ended. It's better, it's better, and and it's good that and you can always find solution to it. For you whose child has not come to you yet, don't wait for them to come to you. Initiate such conversations, and you'll be amazed at what they know already. You'll be shocked at the answers they will give you. Don't say my child is innocent, does not know anything. He attends this type of school. They don't talk about it. They are not talking about it because you've not had a conversation around it. So you have to be intentional with such conversations. And not only sex, drug abuse too, all these addictions. There are so many things that our children are faced with,
They're exposed
to, that we need to be on top of. We should not be ignorant and say, oh, my children don't know. They may not know now, but someone somewhere will talk to them about it, and you want to be that first person to talk to them about it.
What about teachable moments? Sometimes maybe it's a movie they watch or go out or something happens and then they take advantage of the situation to teach the kids.
Yeah. So I mentioned be deliberate about your engagements with your children. Have times when you take a walk, have times when you watch movie together. Connection. There are connection tools. Play a game together, sing together, dance together. All these things are building connections. Your children start trusting you when they say that, so mommy too can laugh, or daddy can even smile. Not always, having a serious face.
So a daddy that has gone out, has gone to work from early morning till late in the night, and you say they should still give time. How can they do it?
So giving time does not mean giving 1 hour or 2 hours. 5 minutes quality time is better than 10 hours of 5 minutes quality time, maybe every day, consistently. 5 minutes today, 5 minutes day after, maybe 3 times a week. Like that is better than 10 hours one day, and another 10 hours 6 months time. No, anytime you have. So when you come back from work and you sit down, you're tired. Oh, can you not have water? Somebody is coming to, as they are sitting down or as you are relaxing or eating, you can say, how did your day go? Tell me about it. They're telling you are using that time to eat anyway, so you could as well be listening to what they have to say. Children always have things to tell us, but we're always too busy to listen. I'm not saying that, me too. I have times when I'm tired, and do you know what I do? I planned my week. I say, you people, I have 3 kids. We'll have a mommy and me time. So choose the day of the week, Monday to Friday, that is just for you. And my kids have those days. So yesterday, my daughter was telling me today is mommy and me day. I was so tired. I'm like, you know what? Okay, we are going to the gym anyway. I could as well go. And so such times, that this time is for this child. We only spent 2 hours and we were done. And I had the rest of the evening to myself. But for that child, that time has been well spent. They connected, we discussed, we talked. Even when we're driving back home, they enjoy it. And the rest of the week, so they have 3 days. The rest of the week was all mine. So when they come, I'm like, it's not your day. Today is mommy day. So we just have to be intentional about.
Let's talk about love language for children. Oh, let's talk about that, because I know recently you taught about that, and there was a parenting program we attended and all that. But let's talk to people who don't yet understand parenting, love language for kids, even as human beings, adults, whatever. Let's talk about that.
Okay, so the love language, the book is written by Dr. Gary Chapman, and I just gave a snippet, just a little bit to share with the parents that that are in my circle. And so what I find, or from the book, it says everyone has a love language, not just children, even adults. You show love the way the person wants love to be shown. So sometimes we express love in different ways. I come to you with a gift, or I come to you to spend some time with you. Maybe your love language is just me encouraging you and saying, well done, you're doing amazing work. That's word of affirmation. So Dr. Gary Chapman says there are 5 love languages. One is word of affirmation. Another one is physical touch. Then there is gifts. Then there is acts of service and quality time. Have I mentioned quality time?
So fathers and mothers, go and learn your love language for your children.
Marriages too. It's key.
Yeah, for marriages as well, so that we are serving each other the way we want to serve. We are serving one another the way we want to be served. We are serving our children, our kids. We want them to really, really appreciate what we are doing for them, not just by buying gifts or them being, you're a good boy, oh, well done, you're a good child today. The good child today may not be good in other areas. So we need to have, and we are raising a complete human being. We are raising complete children, children of integrity and all that. We need to give attention to all these details. Well, thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much. You know, there are many things that we talk about every day. Every day, we talk about many things. Now, for the children, for the teenagers, for example, how early should a teenager become independent? When I mean independent, I mean left alone to do some things. I know that they have to start, there has to be the training, you know, from one stage to another, but sometimes, well, a lot of our kids are going to university, and we are wondering, you have not been doing this, how are you going to cope staying away from home? You know, we have situations where parents are even, they are already worried, how is my child going to do, even if they are happy that their kids are going to university, but they still have this fear of, oh, I take my kids everywhere, I take them to soccer, I take them to games, they are not even entering bus and all that. How are they going to cope when they get on campus? How do kids and parents work that arrangement out?
That's a big question. For me, what I do is to have a goal. What is my goal for this child? Remember, I said, parent the child you have. Don't parent somebody else's child. You are saying, oh, that child, I like the way they are, and you are, you know, your mind. That's why you will keep comparing our children. Why are you not like that person? That one is different. Parent the one that you have. So if you are parenting the one you have, there's a goal that you have for that child. You know the child will go to school one day. Probably the child is not going to study in
your city,
in the same city that you reside in. So what should you do? Start skilling the child up. You know, give them a lot of skills. Independence is one of that. It's one of the skills. How independent is your child? If your child is not independent, then how do you expect them to suddenly become independent when they go outside your city to study? That means you worry, you lose your peace. So if you want to enjoy peace, start enforcing them. Start not enforcing. Start skilling them up. That's what I will say. You know, start putting in the work now. So for example, the child is going out of your city. Is the child old enough to take a bus, for example? How do they commute? Are you still the one driving them from point A to point B? So what if they leave where you are, they go to school? How do they commute? Is that where they start learning to take a bus and start getting lost? And you are here. You are not, you know, your mind is not at rest because you know your child is not ready. So if you want our child to be independent, you have to make them independent. Help them, you know, learn how to cook because they'll start cooking on their own. You don't want them to start to buy burger every time. So skill them up, you know, cooking skills, independence, what other type of skills? Financial skills too, financial literacy.
Shopping for themselves.
They need to know, hey, exactly. You give them money, they need to have a budget. They need to know what to buy. When you give them, let's say $20 to go to the market, to the stores to buy stuff, and they are left on their own, and you tell them this is all that they have, they would be able to prioritize what is most important. They may have the list, you know, this long list of what to buy, but once they know that I only have $20 to spend, then you see them saying, you know what, I think I'd rather keep this $20 for something else, or let me buy what is important. But when we always go to go to shop for them, you are quick to bring out your credit card. They don't even know the value, what you are doing. That's why they don't appreciate, because they don't know that you are putting a lot of work to earn this money. But when we teach them, they even have to have a job, holiday job. Let them see that it's not easy, you know, to make money. Money is not easy to come by. So next time you give them $20, they appreciate and they're like, oh, I have to keep this, not spend it on whatever they see.
And funny enough, these kids, they know what they do because, again, for example, I'll take myself for example. My kids, when they see money in the house, they quickly take the money. All this 1 cent, 25 cents, 5 cents, all this money around, and they are saving it. So when they save this money, and you say they want to buy something, for example, maybe they want to buy any snack, they'll say, mommy want to buy snack. I say, come and bring your money. They say, no, they have saved their money. So their own money, you can't spend their money, but they want to spend your money. So they already know that they should spend money wisely.
True.
So but we have to teach them how to go about it, so that we don't find them always coming back, to us. Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much for that. Finally, let us talk about community.
Okay.
Let's talk about community. You are the financial secretary, right, of the Nigerian Association. Please tell us how that journey has been, and just in that same line, just tell us why people should, be involved in community wherever they find themselves.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I am the financial secretary of the Nigerian Community Association of Greater Sudbury.
Our CBN.
And she's the treasurer. I have to say that. Yeah, so I have always been a community person. I love community. Anywhere I go, I build a community. So there's the church community. There is where we go every Saturday to pray. That is a community. For the women group also, I'm in that community. Because I see that you can't be an island. You cannot just, especially in a different country. This is not Nigeria. Even in Nigeria, I had communities. How much more in a place where there's not a lot of us like that compared to the country itself. So you build communities anywhere you go to. I encourage people to join a community, and don't join when you need help. Join the community way before you even need the help. Sometimes you think that you don't need the community until you do. Some new people come in, they are trying to get a place to stay, trying to find out where you shop that is most affordable, trying to to get rides and all that. Sometimes you don't even need to be jumping buses. Once you have a friend that has a friend that knows somebody somewhere will drive you to wherever it is you want to go to, maybe to the store or to church or to anywhere. But you need to open up, embrace the idea of being a part of a community. I hear people say, oh, I don't want a problem of Nigerians. I've come here on my own. I've come here, but you're not doing yourself, you are doing yourself a great deal of disservice. Because one, not only you, if you even have kids, then your kids don't know anybody. I don't know. It's just, I can't even fathom it, because I can't just stay on my own to say I just want to be on my own, me and my family and my children. So when you need help, who do you run to? Yeah, some of you will say, yes, I have friends from other places and all that, but Nigerians, there's no how you won't need the help of a fellow Nigerian, or a fellow, if you are African Italian person, or if you are, other, Colombia, you need help of a fellow national, the same person that you share the same nationality with. So the earlier the better. There's a great deal that you can get, because it is within the community that information passes through. It circulates wildly. So if you are not there, you miss out. Somebody just reached out to me and was saying, I need this. And I'm like, they've been posting jobs on the group that that I belong to. Where are you? Where have you been? You've been here over a year and you did not know this, and you are there, you're looking for a job when there are jobs everywhere. People keep posting. So just look for the one that that meets your own profile. Please join the community. We are looking for so many people to join. The WhatsApp group is free. There's a misconception that you pay money to. No. You don't need to pay money to join the community. But of course, when you come and you see how the work that we do in the community, and that we need financial resources, I'm sure you want to, to pay your own quota. You want to do your own bit to make sure that the community continues to grow.
And we also celebrate with one another.
Yes, we do.
Like today.
Somehow there's always one event or the other. Yeah.
Wow.
And if you are missing home, the community is where you need to belong. Here in Sudbury, you don't even miss Nigeria like that, because the community here is so strong, it's so closely knitted. And once you are in, you would experience the warmth, you experience the love, And the executives are doing a lot of work just to make sure that everybody finds their place in the community. So please, we invite you, come and be a part of us.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Thank you so much, Madam Finse.
I'm happy to be here.
It has been such a beautiful time. She has said so many things. I hope you will watch this video, this interview over and over again to pick that part that specifically speaks to you. Because in everything that she said, there are things that you are being spoken to here. Don't miss out on it. Remember, one tree cannot make a forest. One tree can never make a forest. Find yourself a community. It's always something I talk about on True Perspective. Find yourself a community and get involved. Get involved. Don't be left alone. Don't be left all by yourself. Make sure that you're doing something to have people all around you. Yes, you are an introvert. It's okay to be an introvert, but I hope you have people to call on to when you need the help, not just you staying alone. So on that note, I would say thank you, my dear sister, for finally doing this. She's a very busy person, but today she's here and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your encouragement. I truly appreciate this. She's a wonderful family friend too. She's a wonderful person. Her family and my family, and I don't take this for granted. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
To be here.
Yeah, so till I see you next time on True Perspective, stay motivated, inspired, and empowered. Bye.